Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. And now, celebrating 15 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM or to WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, those joining us, our online affiliates around the world, we're glad that you all could tune in as well. I'm excited to welcome Oscar Sanchez to our program today of Affluent Records. I'm going to talk to Oscar not only about his own love of music, but also what it's been like for him to be able to build a business and a brand and to be able to help his artists to be able to not only see their own goals and dreams become a reality, but also to be able to teach them about the business as well. If you guys are just now finding out about Affluent, I'll let you know that in our segment how you can stay connected with them and all the great things they have going on. But Oscar, hello to you and welcome to the program.
Hey, Cyrus. How are you, man? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, the pleasure is definitely all mine. You know, glad to be able to have you on. I mean, this has been definitely something that needed to happen for a while. We've had some of your artists on the program recently, so it's glad to be able to speak with the man that's kind of been able to help make all of this happen. So, you know, Oscar, I want to talk about this year for you, first of all. I mean, Affluent has had a really good year with the artists that you've been able to work with and the moves you've been able to make. What has it been like for you to see the way that the brand has grown?
I'm so happy how things progressed. It's been an incredible year because we've really been able to break forth and bring out new music from different parts of the world, not just within the regional area. Music has grown so grand, and because of digital technology, we're able to communicate so much faster with places that we normally wouldn't have been able to step into, you know what I'm saying, or have to go to a plane. But yet there's so much great talent out there. So I've been able to encompass that and be able to touch upon that way before everybody else has. As one of our new examples is that of Reggie, that we were able to sign. He's an artist out of Ghana with a UK label that signed him, and I was able to manage to sign on the label and produce Reggie and get his stuff out, as you've seen that he did the interview with us the other day.
Right, exactly. And he was really singing your praises in that conversation, Oscar, and talking about, he's like, I don't know how Affluent does it. I mean, I think that's the thing. I think a lot of times with anything in the entertainment industry in particular, Oscar, I'm sure you hear this all the time, people don't understand the business aspect of it. They don't understand that it is the entertainment business or the music business. What is it that made you know from the very beginning that this was going to be a business?
Everybody, well, from the very beginning, when you come into the term in the music industry, the music business is the first thing you learn, the term, music business. People always want to be able to fulfill the first part, the creative aspect. And that's the problem because it's a complete aspect. It's a whole spectrum. It's not just, it's the left leg and right leg for the body to be able to move forward and function correctly. You can't just do it on one side. It's not just music. It's the music business. So for me, really early at Def Jam, when I started interning, I was the guy that always, was in the clubs and was popular and, had all the best of stuff and trend setting. But beyond that factor, I made sure I sat down, I read every contract, I looked every deal, I learned how to negotiate, I learned how the substance of the business. I'm basically as good as a music attorney out there because I understand no different than any other attorney out there, paperwork and contracts and deals. So beyond being an amazing producer and A&R, that's a great factor, but I really understand that factor. And that's what I try to teach my artists and the companies and the labels that I work with and build up, because that factor is what enables them to have a tomorrow. It's not just about the creative. You see, there's a lot of people out there with half the talent that are really doing well, where there's people out there that have so much talent and they still haven't come across. They have to connect the business aspect inside of it. It's not just about having a hot song. You need to be able to work that hot song to build a brand.
That's right. And so, I think that in itself shows that there's work involved, Oscar. And as you said, even something else you alluded to is that a lot of times people look at the material thing. They look at, the events you're able to go to and all of that. I mean, but definitely it's one of those things where, there's work that's involved. So when you see the artist, you mentioned Reggie in particular, when you see artists actually understand that and appreciate it, how does that make you feel to know that they understand what it takes to be successful in this business?
Well, when I work with clients, I always screen through clients. So I always screen through clients and make sure that they have three elements. The creative is the first perspective because you have to have the talent. But the vision and your business ethics is the other two factors beyond the budget. Those are the other factors because if you don't have somebody that has an understanding or at least open to that avenue, it's like really hard to take somebody and teach them all over again certain aspects for them to go forward because and in that manner, without it being confusing, I'm saying that a lot of people, it's so much easier for someone to go to the Guitar Center, pick up some stuff, learn some stuff, and then just put it out on a DistroKid or a CD Baby. But that doesn't really make you an artist. You have to encompass the whole spectrum. You got to go out touring. You have to have your press out. You have to have all these elements that you need to be able to build your brand with. And that's what the biggest thing is, transitioning a person's intent into becoming a business and becoming a brand and creating that so they have a platform so they're able to release music and continue on forth to enjoy the creativity. Without that platform, it's so hard because they're scattered and it becomes a hobby.
Right. Okay, so the other side of this, I think, is important that for people who don't know, Oscar, that Affluent Records, I mean, you're not just dealing with one genre or style of music. I mean, how important has that been for you in widening your base as well as, of course, being able to vary the amount and type of artists you're able to work with? Coming
from Def Jam and coming from a New York City major label experience, I realized that every single label out here was fighting for the same market share. Every single label out here was fighting for that same artist and trying to go there. Of course, when you're an independent and working your way up, you don't have the same money that Def Jam would or Warner would or all those people. And you got to realize that even if your talent is greater, they have a bigger machine at that aspect. But the fact is that they're only looking at the 1 yard. What I was able to do from the very, very beginning for Affluent was not just worry about my backyard. I was able to open up doors and take the example that I learned from Russell Simmons when he created Rush Associated Labels and being able to distribute labels all across the United States. And in doing so, he was able to pull out hits like Domino, Moke and Steph, other hits that normally they wouldn't be in the Def Jam sector and Def Jam map. I took that same example, and instead of just working in New York City, I started looking at artists all over, Texas, Florida, California. And progressing naturally through the years, now I'm all over the world. And before 300 Entertainment or Empire Entertainment is out there in Africa, we're pulling out the best pop artists from there and putting them out in the mainstream music here. If I'm looking, I'll be looking in Spain, I'll be looking in Germany, I'll be looking all over to be able to put out the best new artists that are out there in London and here to be out. Music is so global now, and it's because of production. It's transcended to mix together. So hip hop, R&B, pop music, all of it, rock, all of them blend together, and so music is very universal right now. And the matter is that A&Rs need to really scope out different countries so they could bring in the highlight. And it's not just about the same stuff that's in your backyard. You can only fight so much for the same stuff. If you're a great A&R, if you're a great producer, you're going to go out and look for talent all over the world and then work it from there. That's what we do.
Yeah. You're definitely in a competitive industry, though, Oscar. What is it that keeps it fun for you?
Really, because I love business and I love music. So both elements together is the factor. I really love progress. I love the energy of it all. Like, there's a quote in the movie Paid in Full where Money Mitch, he says the game loves me and I love the game. And it's the same thing for me here in regards to music. No matter what, I don't need to be stuck inside of an office with 20 people. I've got a laptop, a computer, and a phone, and we can still operate because you outsource everything nowadays. My passion is really about building brands and creating great records and creating companies and imprints and developing artists. I do that every day, And that's it's been a blessing because that's why I excel at it,
Right. I think that's it. Again, everyone, for those who are just tuning in, is on the radio side or online. You're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Oscar Sanchez to our program today. Oscar is the founder of Affluent Records. We're talking with him not only about the record label, but also the love of the music business, and, of course, what it's been like for him to work with the artists. You mentioned Reggie. That's one of the artists we've been able to have here on our program. Oscar, what else should our audience be on the lookout from Affluent?
Wow, you guys should really, it's a good year. But besides Reggie being an explosion over there with the Afro pop and the R&B sound, you definitely have another guy by the name of A-List who is an amazing young 23-year-old artist that he's a rapper, R&B singer that really brings out the best and it makes you want to dance his music. So look out for that coming up. We also have other stuff from Moni G, a girl out of Boston who does also reggae pop. And we're looking to sign other and develop other artists out there that will be coming out soon. But basically, really, really, really looking at this point, I am beyond of just servicing records for people and stuff. I'm really back into A&R and executive producing projects and being able to scope out the best of what's out there. So, that's what we're looking for a great year this year. 2020, I'm so happy that Affluent is in a mix and still out here pumping, making records, getting stuff out for the world, all from New York City, So it's a beautiful thing. I'm very happy, very blessed. It's not an easy feature. It's not an easy life to be out here and run a company and be able to do this, but, the blessings that we've gotten, everything for a reason, so I'm working these reasons to success.
That's right. What advice would you give to an artist out there who believes that they are that next big thing, Oscar? What advice would you give them that they need to be doing right now?
Basically, the biggest advice is really work smart. What's the best word? Work smarter, not harder. That's the best advice I would say. Be efficient, get a budget, be able to allocate yourself and be able to get out there. There's no better thing out there than performing. So you have a song, don't sit. Don't expect the label is going to be, they can only do so many posts on social media. They can only do so many things. You have to get out there and perform and get your stuff out and get people to feel the energy that you are trying to project on those records in real life. Because yes, digital life is great, but we need to connect. We need not to forget to connect with people and bring that same energy together out. So I tell everybody, really make sure you're focused. If this is something you want to do, put 100% into it, and you're going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of really dedication, hard work, working smarter, not harder, and being able to, take advantage of every opportunity that comes because it's only a one-shot deal.
That's right. Again, everyone, Oscar Sanchez of Affluent Records has been our guest. Oscar, great conversation with you. Let our audience know how to stay connected with you and also how they can get more information from you, man.
Everybody can connect with me at Oscar Sanchez at AffluentRecords.com or go on the website if you're looking for distribution or label services or other services at AffluentRecords.com. Or if you're looking for production and need beats or stuff for licensing or music or stuff of that nature, we have a beat store that's called AffluentMusic.com where you can lease the songs or buy songs for production for your album. So that's where we're at. Hit me up. Phone number 646-351-7216. I'm very much out there. Call me up. WhatsApp, WhatsApp app, anywhere. You can reach me out. Let's make a deal. Let's get your stuff out. Let's make it right. 2020 is around the corner, so why not live it to the max?
That's right. Oscar, man, congratulations to you. Really appreciate the time and looking forward to our next chat together, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Cyrus. We love you. Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, man. Much love to you as well and all the great things that you're doing. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with Oscar, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available to our social media site. So head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make it a great one.